LLC, the place where we teach, we don't babysit. The home of Little Johnny, located at 6045 Highway 18 West in Jackson, Mississippi. We're open 6:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. We serve breakfast, lunch, and a snack. Our teaching curriculum is a beta, one of the best, serving children 6 weeks to 5 years old in our preschool. Let's not forget about our after-school care, serving children 6 years to 12 years old. Your search is over for childcare. It stops right here because you found Unity Learning Center. For more info, it's 601-922-6003. That's 601-922-6003. And ask for Mrs. Armstrong. WMPR is proud to have Unity Learning Center as an underwriter.
This is WMPR 90.1 FM, Jackson, Mississippi.
It's 7 a.m., the skies are shining, so talks money, the future's aligned. Grab your coffee, let's take a ride. It's wealth and wisdom, time will ride. Author, Mr. Educator, team sharing the wealth, building things you should do from trust to breaking it's all a must. Your guide to wealth is learning to trust. Legacy matters, secure it right. Dreams take shape with every desire. Wills and assets, life insurance plans, building for your future with expert hands. Talks money and more, building wealth, knowledge galore. Asset protection, plans to grow, to read and watch your dreams overflow. From day to day, to trust for life, breaking generational wealth divides. Healthcare directives, banking tips, we're here to help your fortune eclipse. From day to day, to trust for life, breaking generational wealth divides. Healthcare directives, banking tips, we're here to help your fortune eclipse. And now it's time to learn. So wisdom's your return. Invest, protect, and thrive for sure. Signing off is gold, talks money and more.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine for another edition of So Talks Money and More. I am your host, Dr. Sabrina Edmond Williams, educator, author, investor, and talk show host. Opening minds and closing contracts. I am so noted and I am so excited, so delighted to be here with you this first Monday in Financial Literacy Month. Thank you to my WMPR and WGDQ listening audience and my YouTube viewing audience. I see you. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in today. I certainly appreciate your continued support. It is a blessing to be back here in studio this week. We actually aired our show remotely last week from Bonifay, Florida. Had a very good trip over to Bonifay, stopped off in Mobile at Great Day Latte in Mobile, downtown Mobile, Alabama. We had a wonderful time over there, and we certainly thank all of those who came out and supported the effort in Mobile, Alabama. And to those who came out to see Dr. Williams in Bonifay, I was overwhelmed by the support, very encouraged by all of the positive feedback that I have received since my trip to Bonifay, Florida. I've actually received an invite to come back to Bonifay, Florida for a speaking engagement. So I thank you to those who came out. I was certainly honored and humbled on Saturday to open my email and found that someone had been gifted a book from my time there in Bonifay, and they informed me that they had not only read the book, but they had gone online to Amazon and given my book a 5-star review. So again, Dr. Williams is very honored and humbled this morning, and we certainly hope that the work that we are doing to educate, enlighten, inform, and empower our community about the importance of building, protecting, and properly transferring wealth will definitely be a blessing to families for many, many generations to come. So Speaking of family, before I get started and I forget, I have to give a special shout out to my daddy. I know you're listening because I woke you up this morning. Want to give a special shout out to my dad. He was blessed to have the calendar turn for another year on Saturday. I am thankful that God has spared his life. He has seen his share of different difficulties throughout the year, but my daddy is a survivor. I don't know about your daddy, but I'm gonna brag on mine a little bit this morning. He is a survivor. He has survived cancer. He's been in accidents. He's had open heart surgery. I tell the man, I believe he has 9 lives, and he is certainly an overcomer. So we were just thankful, fortunate to have daddy to see another year. Thankful to the good Lord for sparing his life. And I don't say that, I don't take that lightly, you guys. And I don't think any of us should, because although my daddy was celebrating his birthday on Saturday, I have a classmate who was laying her father to rest on the same day. So we're just grateful. We're grateful that God has blessed us, blessed my dad to see another year. And even though he's aging, he certainly has been through a lot health-wise, but still getting up every day, getting out there, getting after it. And not necessarily because he has to, but my daddy has never been an idle man. I can never recall a time in my lifetime that I've seen my daddy sitting down and sitting around. And I think that says a lot. And a lot of these young men could stand to learn a lot from that example. He gets up every day, bright and early, to get out there and find something to do, even through sickness. My daddy has never taken to the bed. I've never seen that, never witnessed that in my life. He's been sick. I guess you could say he's been depleted, but never defeated. So we love you, Daddy. We thank you for all that you have done, and we're just grateful to God that he has spared your life. We wish you many, many more. Now, moving on, I am excited to announce to those of you that are listening to my voice down in the Hub City. That's right, down in Hattiesburg. Dr. Williams is headed your way on Saturday. This coming Saturday, April the 12th. Dr. Williams will be in Hattiesburg at Bruman's Coffee Shop there on Highway 49, almost at the intersection of 49 and 59. Bruman's Coffee House has extended an invitation, and we are certainly excited about being there. We are inviting all of you in the listening audience and the viewing audience. If I have anybody from Hattiesburg that's viewing this morning, we are inviting you to come out and meet us there. We will be doing some talking. I say it's called Coffee and Conversations because this is Financial Literacy Month. It is very important for us to continue educating our community on the importance of building, protecting, and transferring wealth. And so we invite you, Hattiesburg, I need y'all to come on out, show up and show out. Now, Dr. Williams went all the way to Florida just a couple of weeks ago, and those folks came out. I don't know those people. I don't know any of those people, but they came out and they supported. It's been said a prophet is without honor in their own hometown. So I'm not claiming that. My home state is going to show up and support. I have too many people in my family and my friend circle, classmates that are in the Hattiesburg area. So I need you guys to come out, tell a friend, bring a friend. We need you to support this work that we are doing. We started a promotional that we plan to continue. I've said time and time again that the intent for the book well, certainly to educate the community, but we want to also be a blessing with the profits from the book as well by putting the money back into our community. So what we are going to be doing during the month of April, all of the book sales, we're going to take $5 from each book sale and set it aside. Okay, we're going to set $5 from each of the book sales, and that is the physical book. That's the one you got to come see Dr. Williams to get, that physical book, or go to my website to get that physical book. We're going to set aside $5 from the sale of each book, and we are going to do a drawing. We're going to pull a name, and whoever name that we pull, you will have an opportunity to then be a blessing to someone for Mother's Day. So I know everybody's heard of Double Good, the popcorn fundraiser, where they're doing double good. Well, we're going to one up them. We're going to do triple good, okay? The first act of blessing is you're going to bless Dr. Williams by buying the book. The second blessing will be for you because you will benefit immensely from the information that is contained in the book if you will read it and if you will implement. Okay, so that's the second blessing. And then, of course, the third blessing will come when you bless someone, you being the winner of that prize. So if I sell 10 books in the month of April, that's 10 times 5, that's $50 that you'll be able to give to your mother of choice. If I sell 100 books, that's 100 times 5 is $500 that you will be able to bless someone with. So we're certainly encouraging you to come out and support us. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, I'm talking to you. Hattiesburg and all surrounding areas. We will be in your area next Saturday. Now, that being said, I got to move on and get to my topic for today. I'm so excited to be talking about estate planning today. That's what we're talking about. If you've been wondering what in the world is she on for today, what is she going to be talking about? Where there is no will, there is a way. Now, I know that may sound kind of strange to you because we've often heard it said, where there is a will, there is a way. But Dr. Williams is here to tell you where there's no will, there is a way. Where is she going with this? Well, let me help you out. Michael Jackson. Everybody remembers the king of pop. One of my favorites, Prince. Okay, Prince, Chadwick Boseman, Wakanda forever. Okay, these men all were very successful in their careers, and they amassed more wealth than most normal folks. But one of the things that they all share in common is they passed away and they left behind no will. No will. So no plan for what was to happen with the assets that they had amassed during their lifetimes. And although some may find it strange that they left behind no will, I don't really question why they did not leave behind a will. What I do question is why they didn't leave behind a trust. That's a whole nother conversation right there. Okay. But the bottom line is they did not leave behind a plan for the transfer of their assets upon their death. Most recently, about a month, 6 weeks or so ago, we learned of the passing of the singer Angie Stone. And again, sadly, we learned that Sister Angie's estate was pretty much in shambles as well. No plan left behind. So much so that I understand that someone else had to, outside of the family, had to pay for her homegoing service. No plan left behind. Now, what should be very surprising to all of us is the fact that here you have individuals that clearly had more than enough money to do whatever needed to be done to ensure that there was an estate plan in place. However, it didn't happen. And it really baffles me in the case of Mr. Bozeman, because out of all of those individuals, I know Mr. Bozeman was aware that his time on earth was very short. If you guys recall that he was diagnosed with cancer, and he quickly passed on. So it just kind of makes you wonder, when you know that your time on earth is short, why in the world would you not put together a plan for the proper transfer of your assets to someone else? Well, good people, even though there was no will, there's certainly a way. Where there's no will, there is a way. And that way is called probate. Yes, it is. It's dying interstate. Okay, you pass on and you have nothing in place. Well, guess what? The state does have a plan for your estate when you don't take the time to put anything in place. There's a process called probate. There's a process where your estate is opened up. No announcement is made to the world that you are no longer of the world. And, hey, good people, if this person died owing you some money, get in line. Come on, let us know what you are due. We are going to open this estate. So before anybody gets anything, your family, your friends, your loved ones, whoever you would have willed to have your things, they have to wait. And probate is a process that is, first of all, it's not necessarily an inexpensive process. It's not necessarily an inexpensive process, and it can be a very timely. Not timely. Oh, I stand corrected. It can be a time-consuming process. Think about it, good people. The godfather of soul, Mr. James Brown himself, was a very fortunate man for his time. He was ahead of his time financially, but he left behind a mess, so much so that his estate was open for many, 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 many years, and the only people that really benefited from that, I know I probably have a lot of attorneys listening to me this morning, and that's okay too. My friends, Dr. Williams is not hating on you, but I am trying to educate our people because we've got to do better. Like I know, that when money is going out that does not necessarily have to go out of the family estate, then who benefits? Not the family. Good people, it's time for us to get our affairs in order. It really is time for us to do some things differently. Now, there was a time when we didn't know any better. We didn't have access to information. We didn't have education. Okay. So it does not amaze me that things were not done properly for those individuals that did not have access to the information or the education. However, we are now more educated than we ever been. We are now at this point. We got more, MDs, attorneys, and PhDs like myself. We have more of those in our community probably now than ever before. So that means we have got to start doing some things differently. We have got to put some plans in place so that our wealth can transfer from generation to generation as we would have it to transfer. At the end of the day, people, it's called stewardship. We're blessed to have these things that we have. Not that they go to our head, not that they define who we are. No, we should all know whose we are. Our stuff is not for that. We're just blessed with it. We're blessed, though, to be good stewards of what we have. And honestly, if you think about it, estate planning really is a part of our stewardship here on this earth. We came into this world with nothing. When we leave, we will take nothing with us. We're going to leave it all behind. But just because we leave it behind does not mean we have to leave a mess, people. It does not mean that we have to leave our affairs any old kind of way just because we're not going to be here. Have we ever really just stopped to think about the fact that even though we're not going to be here, others that we love, others that we have responsibility for are still going to be here. So we owe it to these people that we love to do the things that we know to do the things that we can do, to put some things in place, It's called education. Educating ourselves. And that's why, when you hear Dr. Williams talk, I love the fact that God gave me a word to put in a book, and I can, proudly wear the title of author. But at the end of the day, at heart, I am an educator. I want my people to know better, and not only know better, but to do better. One of the biggest wins for me last week, I look back and I think about things that happened throughout the week. And one of the biggest wins that I had for me, I received a phone call from a grandmother who heard me on the radio, and she wanted to get in contact with me. And she says, well, Dr. Williams, I have a granddaughter who's a young girl. I think she said about 26 years old, somewhere around in there, maybe been a little bit younger even. But she says, my granddaughter would like to buy a house, and she really needs to know what she needs to do to position herself and prepare herself. And so I took the time to stop and call the granddaughter, and we had a lovely conversation, and I invited her to participate in a bi-monthly call that I do every other Thursday night, where we meet together on Zoom to discuss various topics. And it just so happened that last week our topic was building wealth through real estate. So I was so excited for that young lady to participate in that Zoom meeting, but I was impressed by what she said to me. She says, Dr. Williams, thank you for calling me. She said, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. She says, I want to do better. I have a child. I have a young child, and I want more for my child. I want to do better. I'm willing to do better. I just need to know what I need to do better. That's somebody that's seeking something, you guys. That's somebody that wants information, that desires to have their situation to change. Those are the type of people that Dr. Williams loves working with. I think that's who the good Lord created me to be here to help and to work with. Individuals that recognize that they may not know it all, they may not know how, but they are willing to seek assistance to help them with the things that they may simply not know how to do. And I think each of us that have knowledge have a responsibility to do our part. To whom much is given, much is required. I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that I'm in a season of my life where the good Lord is using me to help educate my fellow man. I've been on this journey for a long time, you guys. I've been educating people in the classroom and at the university level, and so happy and so proud of the work that we were able to do early on in my career over at Jackson State University. Shout out to I Love. So happy for the work and the young people that we were able to meet along the way and impact and feed into their lives. And every now and then I do hear from some of my former students and get just a thank you and a reminder of the things that we were able to do there. But I'm really, really excited about where we are now and what we're able to do to help our community, to help educate our community. Again, people, we've got to do some things differently. We cannot continue doing the same things. It's time out for some things that we have done that we can do differently. For example, it just hurts my heart every time I pick up the newspaper and see that another one of our young people has tragically lost their lives. That is very hurtful. But what's even more hurtful is when I continue reading the article and I get to the point in the article where they say, click right here to donate to the GoFundMe. Okay, it's time out for that. It is time out for that, people. We have got to put some plans in place. We have got to start doing some things differently. Insurance, all of us families, especially in the Black community, at the rate at which we're dying, we all need to make sure that we have some insurance policies on these children, ourselves and these children. Many times these young folks are dying and they're leaving behind all kind of responsibility for their parents. Okay, we got to be smarter. We got to be money smart. This is Financial Literacy Month. It's time to have some serious conversations around building, protecting, and properly transferring our wealth. Even though you may not have a plan, there are plans already made for what happens when you don't take the time to set aside a plan, to develop a plan for the proper transfer of your estate. I was on the phone kind of late last night. I actually did a three-way call with someone that had reached out to me, situation they're dealing with. They have an aging parent and have a very large family, a lot of family members, and they're really trying to decide the best way to handle a few things. And they were looking for a little bit of direction as to what the next step needs to be. One of the things I will say is I do applaud them for taking the initiative to go ahead and try to put some things in place before the parent passes on so that hopefully they can mediate all of the drama that's sure to come once the parent passes on. No, the more people that we have involved, the higher the likelihood, the possibility, and the probability that there will be drama when these, parents of ours pass on. Doesn't take but one. You got maybe 8, 9, 10, 12 siblings, and somebody is not going to be happy. I don't care what you do. Somebody is not going to be happy. No matter how you try to divide it up evenly, somebody is not going to be happy because they're not going to feel like they got their fair share. So it's time to put some plans in place, people. It's time to put some plans. I know right now we are, as a community, we are all engrossed in this song, Boots on the Ground. We talk about those boots being on the ground, and the little catch line in there, a hook is, where them fans at? Where them fans at? Dr. Williams has been saying, I'm wondering and more concerned about where your plans at, not your fans, where your plans at. Because when you die, certainly that's what your family is going to be looking for. They don't care about the fan, where the fan is at, no matter how well you popped it. They don't care about that when you pass on. They need to know where your plans are at. So just remember that for those of you that sit here week after week and hear me on this radio talking, and for whatever reason you still choose to do nothing, no plan in place, where there is no will, there is a way. There is a way. Looking at the clock, and I see that my time is coming to an end, my friends, and I've got to make room. I see Mr. Tim Henderson is in the house, and he's over there waiting in the wings. I thank you for tuning in this morning for another edition of So Talks Money and More. Remember that April is Financial Literacy Month. Dr. Williams will be out and about on podcasts, on Facebook Lives. I'll be somewhere everywhere, but we got to talk about what we need to do to build, to protect, and properly transfer wealth in our community. Remember, you can follow me on social media at I Am So Noted across most platforms. On YouTube, I Am So Noted. On IG, it's I Am So Noted _. And that so is spelled S.E.W. Sabrina Edmund Williams. I Am So Noted. And you can stream our show online at WMPR90.1.com and 93.1 WGDQ.com. Join me right here next Monday at 7 a.m. for another edition of So Talks Money and More. Peace.
Rise and shine, so talks money, the future's alive. Grab your coffee, let's take a ride. It's wealth and wisdom, time will rise. Mr. Educator team, sharing the wealth, building things you should do. From trust to banking, it's all must. Your guide to where this money can run. Legacy matters, security bright. Dreams take shape with every insight. Rules and assets, life insurance plans, building for your future with experts.